something. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Oh, let's move on to our next segment. Are you ready? Our next segment is Who Said It? Red or blue? I'm giving a space so that you can easily edit in a graphic. Here's what it is. I don't think this will stump many people.
Are you going to read?
Yeah. Should I read it?
Yeah, read it.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it, even though it's probably going to be up on the screen, but I'm going to read it. I want to understand white rage, and I'm white. That is a very lib identity politics way of speaking. So, was it Mayor Pete who said that? Was it? No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, and I can't even come up with any other people. Was it our first female Black Indian Vice President, Kamala Harris? Or was it raging right-wing general?
I think in the future we should do this where I don't even know the answer.
Okay, so let's talk about it, because now I keep wanting to say Mike, but it's Mark. It's General Mark Milley.
Who made the statement? Yes,
he made the statement. Yeah, General Mark Milley. Because a lot of right-wingers, as we know, are vehemently opposed to studying critical race theory. And he, I think it was in front of a Senate commission, made this statement, which I think most of us would agree with. But he is now, just like, probably Rumsfeld, but like so many on the right, like Max Boot and Jennifer Rubin and all the people in the George W. Bush administration, is becoming a hero of liberals, like the Lincoln Project. He is now a liberal hero.
Yeah, he punched back because I believe it was at a Senate committee hearing or something, but a Republican senator said something. He said, in response, that quote that we have up over here somewhere.
Look. Yeah.
Right. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. We're so fancy. Brought to you by.
Yeah. So he's not wrong, but the idea that Democrats love the military, like it is kind of, we are kind of swapping roles here. Like,
yeah.
And politics has gotten so polarizing that that's where we're at. Like, it's now a Democratic military. Which
we're giving more money to the police, right? Like, and
we're tough. And this comes back to Biden, because Biden, like all the things that progressives and even regular old Democrats have been arguing for a long time need to change. Biden has a piece of in his history and politics. Right. He helped create a lot of this stuff, like the Patriot Act.
Right.
He's like, he claimed that he wrote the Patriot Act. He didn't, but
the fact that he would be proud of that is like, right.
You should run away from that.
Yeah. And now we're going to do the second one, because what I think this is intended to do, by the way, white nationalism, racism, neo-Nazism, all of that, I think, is an enormous problem in this country. But it's not a new problem. It's an enormous problem. And I think we should all study critical race theory. I think we should talk about it. I think we should talk about the true history. But the fact that this man is saying it at this point, I think should be met with a little bit of not skepticism.
Yeah, no.
Skepticism about his motives, because what he is trying to do, as always with all of these career people, is get more financing for the groups that he helps finance, right? Like, so whether it's to increase the militarization of our police, whether it's to gear up to fight the terrorism at home, whatever it is, it's always to create an enemy and galvanize the country against a common enemy. Which, again, like, yes, we need to fight these people, but I don't think that the tactics that our military and our police is going to take
Right.
the tactics that they are going to take is what's going to help us change the minds and the hearts and the reality of so many of us on the ground.
Yeah, and another piece to this is, I mean, the military has been racist forever, you know, and it's been indoctrinated with racism, you know, and we're going to talk about the podcast in a minute.
I know it's so hard not to get.
I'm like,
right.
God, the shit they would say on the podcast.
You actually loved it. Let's face it, Pat. You love that podcast.
You know,
that podcast.
What it reminded me of is I used to hate watch Maddow. So it was like hate listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
But it didn't end. Like Maddow was like all in all 30 minutes with all the commercials and bullshit.
Right.
That was like a long 72 minutes. Like, I know the minute total because I was watching
72.
I was like, dear God, get to the end of this thing. And
slowly moving.
And the beautiful part is after 15 minutes, I thought I was almost done with it. And I had 57.
Good for you.
57 minutes left.
That's what a low alcohol content beer will get you. You can still do your math. The computation is still happening in your head. Yeah, they were really all into him. They were talking about, and you know, there are some parts of this. Do we move over?
No, let's time out this. Let's go back. We're not editing though. We're going to leave all this in. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm going to splash a graphic somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I just talk shit about graphics because I don't
I want all the graphics. I can't wait. Tune in next week to see all the graphics that Pat adds to our fancy show. All right. Are we moving on though to rewatch it so you don't have to? Is this a good segue?
Should we?
Do you need
let's do it.
Do you need to go through bourbon?
Oh, let's do a bourbon break.
Listen, you need to drink at your own pace. At your
no.
Slow pace.
So what we need right now is you need to mark the time, and I'll do a splashy little graphic that says bourbon break, and I'll come back with bourbon.
Bourbon break. It's a new graphic. All right, I'm actually going to pause it.
Bourbon break is perfect. Yeah.